Rami. Rami.
Yes?
You listening?
Sekhmet?
You ever stop thinking about him for just a moment and think about trying to fix this problem? And
Sorry.
you're frozen in time as you watch Echo being thrown into a body of water. You look across the water and see standing there with a jackal's head holding a staff. Anubis. What are you doing? This doesn't matter.
My heart. It's there.
It's right there. And why are you... What's this? This doesn't matter. I'm going to shut this gate so you don't get that fucking thing.
I'm doing it. These are my friends. I'm still coming back. There's something I need to sort here first. Something is...
Wipe his arm into the air and you'll just see like wheat fields that are dead. Do you really not care?
Of course I care. Of course I care. But someone is interfering with the balance of life here. And surely that matters to you.
Don't use that against me. I don't like that.
I wouldn't deign to... I wouldn't claim to know what... No, your mind. You're Lord Anubis. You're beyond me. Beyond all of this, I suppose.
The gate will shut. Better get through. As
I will be there.
Moves back into normal. Splashing into the water. Echo.
Is there any way that as I'm falling I can reach back to whoever just pushed me?
I think that you could try. We're going to make this a savagery roll, but you're going to do it against the odds because you're a little distracted right now.
What does that mean? I roll with 3 and I take the 2 lower ones?
Yeah, you get rid of the highest dice.
So annoying. That'll be a 6. I rolled a 6 and a 5 as my 2 highest ones, but I also got a 1, so that's 6.
You are thrown into this loch and tumble beneath the surface. You'll just see as this hand reaches out to grab at yours, and as you try to grab back to it, it fades. You feel water starting to enter your mouth and nose. And Rami, you're pulled alongside.
So
Rocco knows how to swim.
Yeah, you are.
So I think it's going to obviously be an immediate response to try and get to the surface as quickly as possible. And if I'm aware that I've pulled somebody in with me, I'm going to either, if they seem like they can swim, let go, or if they seem like they can't swim, wrap my arm under their armpits to try and keep them up.
Rami, what do you reckon? Can you swim?
I reckon Rami can swim. Having grown up near a pretty sizable river, it's a life skill. But I am, having had that vision, that conversation, my attention is my attention is no longer on the water. It's no longer on the vision of Sekhmet that pulled me in. My attention has been drawn back to the scarab, to Dr. Rook, to Ezra. And so while my hand is still interlaced with echoes, I think my other hand is kind of scrabbling for the bank as we fall, or once we're in, even, I'm still scrabbling for the bank. I'm resisting the call of the water. I don't know how well I'm doing it. But...
Okay. You are, I would say, able to let go, if that's what you're trying to do, and swim back.
I don't think I'm letting go of Echo's hand.
Okay, perfect.
I think given that, like I said, given the content of that conversation with Anubis, like, I still deeply care about my heart, but now my life is frustratingly complicated by caring about other people, a select few other people, but...
Am I also able to be swimming towards the bank, or do I... Okay.
You both swim towards the bank.
I will be doing that.
Very. You watch as you throw both of your friends into the water, one of them deliberately and one of them perhaps not on purpose, but you see them flail around in the water, come up for air, and then head back towards the shore.
Barry's already moving towards Elias. Let's go. We can chat somewhere else.
He said, do you want to make some money? And then, I don't know if in the corner of my eye I saw her push or I heard the splash. I draw the sword and I cut off Elias Rook's hand.
So you can indeed eat some fucker alive, have a good old-fashioned brawl, get the shit beaten out of you, de-escalate the situation.
I think for me, I would go for a good old-fashioned brawl, because I'm not trying to focus completely on Elias, because I think I may need to defend myself or take out Mhairi as well. And so I'm trying to split the difference, get away and get into a fighting stance against both of them.
Perfect. So you're going to roll savagery for a good old-fashioned brawl.
Great. Here we go. It's 4 and a 5. That's 9 plus 2 is 11.
Absolutely is going to be a success. So tell me how you do this. What does it look like as you sever this man's arm?
It is a practiced, although not polished anymore, move of drawing the sword and in the upswing, taking his hand off, stepping back into a short sword fighting stance, squaring up against both Mhairi and Elias Rook.
He will scream as his hand flies into the air and lands into the water behind.
I was hoping to still be holding the scarab.
Yeah, so you can take the scarab from the fingers as they fly.
Incredible.
He will scream and take his other hand to grab onto the stump and look you directly in the eye. What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Pushing our friends into the water? Trying to kill people. Stealing? What the fuck are you?
Barry steps very close to Ezra. I want that. That was very rude what you just did. Give it back.
I think manners are out the window.
Barry swings the bottle and smashes it against Ezra's head.
Incredible.
Amazing. Okay. I need to look for specific PvP.
Yeah.
Player versus player. Okay. Find out which character has more chaos.
That's absolutely gonna
So before
be...
we do that, you would also add a D3 of chaos, Jacob, to
Uh-huh.
Ezra for what you just did as a success.
Yep, that's gonna be a 1. So my chaos is 9.
Mine is 16.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so the defender in this situation can try to de-escalate the situation or get the shit beaten out of you. If you do this, you'll resolve with your roll on the dice.
I'm going to try to de-escalate and essentially dodge this
Okay.
and not get hit, because I know that Mhairi is in combat a monster, and I've been watching her all day get riled up and more excited.
Okay, so you roll either duplicity or a lure here.
This is going to be a lure.
Perfect.
So here we go. It's a 3 and a 3. That's 6, 7. I would like to try to get the blood pumping,
Okay,
if I can.
amazing.
So that's 1 chaos.
Yep.
Let's go. That's a 4. So that's an 8, which doesn't quite do it, does it?
No, an 8 does
Okay.
not do it. So before we explain what that looks like as you get hit, how do you try to de-escalate? Is there anything you try to say, or are you just dodging?
I think I go to parry the glass bottle with the sword and get showered with glass and say, Mhairi, we don't have to do this. There's more going on today.
Barry reaches out her hand. Give it back.
And as you decide before you do that, you will also remove D3 pulse and D3 chaos from Ezra for losing that fight.
Do you want to roll it?
Pulse 3. Chaos 2.
What is your current
That's going to
pulse?
flatline me.
Okay.
But if I flatline her as a result of this, I won't be vulnerable to Banes, it says.
So you couldn't now be picked up and thrown in the water. But you are essentially knocked to the ground and unable to do anything as Mhairi smashes you over the head with this bottle.
Then I don't say give it, I take it.
Well done. You haven't lost your touch.
Shall we?
Indeed. Maijai.
How far away from them are we?
You
Have we
Are we
gotten
still in
out
the
of
water?
at
yet?
this point you be getting pulled out of the water.
I'm gonna run after Mhairi. If I saw her take the scarab, I'm gonna
Yeah,
run after her.
I'm gonna charge Mhairi.
Okay.
So both of us are running, maybe with different intent. I don't know.
We'd say that as this happens, the good doctor, or the bad doctor, however you want to look at him, and Mhairi will begin to leave and head towards the gate. So we've got a little bit of a distance to make up in order to catch them for both of you. But you leave Ezra behind, who is lying on the floor, unable to move.
How far behind us is he?
Well, flatlined, so not really able to do anything right now. Kind of stuck in place,
Yeah.
We're gonna do it like 30 feet, 60 feet. So if you move, he'll be 30 feet behind you, and 30 feet again in front of you would be the people you're chasing.
I have one thing on my mind right now. Seeing it slip away from being so close.
If I get any sort of like thing to whisper out, it would be just like, go.
Okay, then I'm running.
Barry, you will see as you're heading towards the gates this small dog just looking at you like, didn't have to do this.
Like you've never done anything wrong, Bobby.
And we'll turn and move behind a gravestone.
So, we should move fast.
Yeah, they don't look in best condition. I think we can outrun them. We're heading to the Blackthorns. Follow me.
That's fair.
We'll move out onto the streets and start to run. The other two following behind. Now, I'm going to get us to roll off savagery rolls to see who is able to get ahead. This is not going to be succeed or fail. It's just going to be who gets the better rolls here. So I will say, Vadi, go ahead and roll, and the other two, please go ahead and roll.
Can I propose a cheekiness?
Always.
Could I use a lure to try to get people out of my way to help with the chase?
I think that is a reasonable thing to describe. Absolutely. Would either of the others like to do anything a little differently as well, if you wouldn't want to make it?
I'm happy to do savagery. Seems fitting.
A law would be better for me.
I would like you to describe
It depends on if you...
though.
Yeah, it depends on if you would think that, because the state that she's in, she's gonna be kind of like high energy, sort of begging people. So she's gonna look really desperate. So it's like, it could work because people are gonna see that she's really desperately trying to get through, but also she's kind of not in... She's not like being like, she's not trying to entice anyone to like, you know what I mean?
I think in that case we might stick with savagery for you, if that's okay.
That's
I'll
fair.
go with the allure for Rami.
I rolled a 14.
Girl, I rolled a 13.
I rolled an 8.
I was so confident.
So a 14 is the highest you could roll. Barry, you disappear into the night and they'll just lose you.
Ah! I smash my... I'm not strong for a vampire, but I am a vampire. And I smash my fist through the nearest wooden or glass or anything object.
As you do that, you'll just feel a hand on your shoulder as like this like young guy will be like, "Hey buddy, Cam, it's fine. Don't worry. All good."
It's not fucking fine. It's not fucking fine.
This is a mortal man.
Yeah. He smells delicious. I think with the amount of stress and chaos and the fact that holding back from my desire to immediately have gone over to Dr. Rook has led to this. I'm not going to hold back on my desire, and I'm going to feed. I need some kind of comfort. I need some kind of strength. I feel weak, I feel impotent, I feel useless, I feel empty.
I think Echo sees that this is about to happen and considers stopping it, but then the state that she's also in, I think if Rami decides to feed off of this human, she will end up joining.
I think we both fall upon this innocent bystander.
And no one cares. It just happens here in the middle of the street.
I don't think that Echo will go to the point of killing this person. If she can help it. But and I think we get stuff from that, but I don't know what we get.
So I would ask that would you reckon, Echo, that this is you indulging in your passion as someone else? Indulges in a passion as you're drinking blood.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Double
You
whammy.
both gain D3 pulse and 1 chaos.
I have the power life of the party,
Mm-hmm.
which means that it says I gain bonuses from indulging my my passions.
Okay.
It says, when you indulge a passion, you can roll twice to see how much pulse you regenerate and choose the higher.
Great, thank you. Oh, yeah, I was looking at the short rules. Okay.
How much chaos do we get?
You get 1 chaos.
And D3 pulse?
D3 pulse.
And is that because you get something from? Is that do you get something on top of the
There isn't-
regular indulging in your passion, or?
No, so this is the same as, but there's another thing that you're about to do once we know what those numbers are. So what was your pulse?
Okay. My pulse is now 4 and my chaos is 10.
Okay.
Snap.
4 and 10. You also both get to choose one of the following. A mortal realizes you're undead. A mortal dies. You make trouble with a faction. Annoy a contact. Piss off a rival. Agree to a job. Hurt a bond. Or meet a new person and they fucking hate you.
I mean, the two that are jumping to my mind are A, this person, I don't know how easy it is to survive 2 vampires feeding on you simultaneously. Or hurt a bond because, I don't know, I don't know whether I have hurt you by kind of triggering you to fall off the wagon, so to speak.
What were the first two again? It was a mortal sees you.
Yeah,
Or a
mortal
mortal
realizes you're
dies.
undead and a mortal dies. Those are 2 different options.
How many do we have to pick?
1 each.
It's up to you, bro. I don't think that Echo will blame you.
Okay, then I'm going to pick for my one that this person dies.
And
You
I'm
get
gonna
an
pick
extra
that
chaos.
I think a mortal finds out that I'm undead.
Okay. This man dies as you feed on him. And Rami, you get that extra chaos. A woman walking across the street will look to you, Echo, and watch as you raise your head from this man's neck, blood dripping from your face. And for the first time today, someone gives a fuck and screams and runs. And you gain an extra chaos.
Whoa. Let's get this body in the hole. And I'm gonna start carrying the body back into the graveyard.
I
Partly
want
to
to see if Ezra's still there.
exactly, partly to get rid of the body, and partly to check on Ezra. Did we hear what Mhairi and Elias said to each other about going to the Blackthorns?
Wouldn't think so.
Okay. That's the first time someone has screamed in a long time. I don't know what that means, but we have to move fast. And so, yeah, sorry?
I was just going to say, can we see if Ezra is there? If we're in the graveyard?
Well, as we move back to that space, lying on the floor, Ezra, you'll just hear the dragging of a shovel. And then standing over you is a familiar middle-aged man that you saw under a bridge. Well. Why, what brought you to a place like this? This is William Hare, not Burke. But you don't know.
Do I know the
which.
difference? Okay. Just look up at him and just sort of like, where's my wife?
Fuck if I know.
Well, she went off with a gravedigger.
I should be so lucky.
You should be so lucky.
I'm looking for something a little fresher. I don't need one like you.
How much can I move? How out of it am I? Can I like haul myself up?
Yeah, you're able to kind of haul yourself and move to somewhere else, but
Yeah.
you're
Okay.
fairly incapacitated otherwise.
I haul myself up. I collect my sword. Is that hand around?
It flew into the water.
I turn to the gravedigger. Holly. Where can I get holly?
Holly, along the back wall, we've got a couple of bushes back there.
You got a
Wrong
bag?
time. Sure, yeah. Wrong time of year for that stuff, but yeah. Help yourself.
Sheath the sword and sort of like limp over there. You wouldn't have happened to... Do you know what the fuck is going on here?
Well, we've got the Blackthorn Construction Company and getting draining this lock, and we're gonna get some more space for more graves. It's gonna be great.
Is that connected to anything that we've encountered so far?
You would
In my
know
mind.
you would know that the Blackthorns are a fairly powerful family.
Mm-hmm. Have we encountered them today, though? In this, like... Sorry, there was like a mysterious woman a session or two ago.
Yeah.
2 sessions ago.
So I would say you have, but you don't know it.
Okay, great. Well, tip. I don't have the hat on. I just sort of like salute the guy and stumble to the back wall and start.
No, you look like you need a hat. Take mine, and we'll take his hat off and place it on your head. Just about fits.
Almost.
You'd think that you professor types would have bigger heads.
Just stumble to the back and start looking for that holly and stuffing the bag full.
You hear a small voice go, "What happened to my friend? Why did she do that?"
Your friend?
Barry, why did she do that? Oh, it's just a small dog underneath a little awning looking up at you.
I turn to the dog and I say, I think if anyone could tell why Mhairi did anything, then they'd be in a much better position than most of us.
And last time I saw her, we had an argument. I didn't like how we left it, but I don't know that I can fix it now.
Well, It's a race against the clock.
All any of us have is time.
If you want to get that apology in, you'd better get it in soon.
Are you gonna kill her?
If it comes to that.
If you do bring her here, find her a nice plot. I'd like to sit with her.
You got it.
I don't think she's all bad.
Probably not.
With this, the other two will wander back into the graveyard and see as Ezra has collected a bag full of holly.
There might be some dregs left in here if you fancy. You're looking a little pale.
I'm so hungry.
I kind of tip the body so that kind of the remaining blood in the body drains towards the gaping neck wounds.
If you roll them up like a tube.
I squeeze the legs. Or we could pick something up on the way.
Let's do that.
Thank
you didn't
you.
happen to see my wife, did you?
No.
If we think back, did we retrospectively see Antonia anywhere?
No.
Did we see anything whilst underwater?
Go ahead and make an observation roll.
And we both?
Yeah.
I got an 8, but I might run the blood.
Get the blood rushing.
That's worse.
Echo.
Fuck it, I'll get the blood running too. Why not? 11.
No.
Yeah,
You didn't see her under there.
Don't thank me yet. I lost this time. But, might be time to do something about that one. And I sling the bag of holly over my shoulder and I start heading out toward the street.
Yeah. I'm gonna dump this body in either if I can see a nearby open grave, I'll just plop it in. Or if I can see do I see hair?
Yeah, you'll be digging.
I make eye contact with him and just kind of just drop it where I stand.
What do you want me to do with that?
Whatever you will.
I don't fucking work for free.
This is free merchandise. You're welcome.
I don't...
Don't pretend that you only have one job. We can all speak plainly.
Well, speaking plainly, fuck off out my graveyard.
On my way.
Where are you going? Now, before we answer that, normally with flatlining, it would take you like 24 hours to fully recover, but we're not going to do that. You've had a feed, you're grand. So, I'll get you to roll D3 pulse and add chaos to see what you recover.
So is this from the dregs of the corpse, or do we pick something up on the way?
You can pick something up, but the dregs would be enough if you want to do it that way.
That's a 6, so that's a 3.
3 pulse and 1 chaos.
Yeah.
And I would also get you, just because you're feeding, is to choose one of the consequences. So, a mortal realizes you're undead, a mortal dies, you make trouble with a faction, annoy a contact, piss off a rival, meet a new person and they fucking hate you, or hurt a bond.
I'm absolutely going to piss off a faction. Because probably we're not in our normal hunting ground. And there's probably some etiquette which I don't follow.
As you leave the graveyard, you'll just hear like a small boy's voice from the other side of the road going, "Well, you caused a bit of trouble in the Blackthorn's graveyard. That doesn't seem like something that sensible people do."
Well, if it's a problem, they can come round and talk about it.
You don't mind if I go tell them then? And he just starts to run.
Is this kid mortal or undead?
He's not undead.
Absolutely undead.
Do we follow? Or we don't actually, because we don't know that they went to the Blackthorns.
We do know that the guy who was working there works for the Blackthorns, and it was his job to be emptying out the loch. So we could make an educated guess that if we want to follow any lead, that's the only one we have. Which is where Echo would suggest that we go, if it's not already been said.
Ezra is absolutely not putting things together right now. His brain is somewhere else, and so if Echo makes that suggestion, he'll follow.
And I think we move as quickly as we can. Do we know where to head? Do we know where they would be?
They're quite a big name family. You would know what they are. They're in the Morningside area of the city.
Would that relate to the location that we got from Morag?
Yeah, that probably all links up.
Yeah, feels like as we're going, stop me if I'm misspeaking, but I think that Echo is probably the brains of the outfit right now. Ezra is the kind of grim determination, and Rami is kind of probably getting quite frantic, but then like trying to bottle it up for a minute, and then it comes out again.
And as you're doing that, we'll cut to the gates of this large ornate driveway into a large estate where you'll just hear, "Well, this is a problem. Not your friend, then. Acquaintance," he said, acquaintance.
Acquaintance.
Not my writing hand, so it's fine. I'm sure I'll recover.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate, that one. It was very funny, though.
I wouldn't call it funny, but...
liars. It was funny.
So this belongs to one of them. I guess... Was it with the other hand? I guess the very, very old one.
I didn't recognize him looking so much less desiccated.
You threw the other one into the water. Why?
She's very annoying.
It's fair. I've killed for less. And the one who cut my hand off. Is it going to be a problem?
It's a shame. It's a shame. He may be a problem. He can be very single-minded.
Okay. Well, we should let Lord Blackthorn know. I haven't seen him in a while. I've only really spoken to his daughter. I don't suppose you've met Beatrice.
I can't remember if I actually met her.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever... Did I?
Yeah, under the bridge the
Okay.
first time.
Right, yep. Briefly. Elias. What are we doing?
Well, what did Beatrice look like when you saw her?
Like a woman.
Okay. That's her regular look. You seen her in any other ways, you reckon?
Not that I know.
Okay. Well, we've been experimenting. And seems to be going quite well.
Little black vials.
Little black vials, yes, absolutely. Draining that loch, looking for more of it. It seems we seem to be getting somewhere. But at the same time, the Lord has been, well, first of all, very keen on poisoning the city with joy so that people don't really take notice of all the nonsense that goes on around them. I'm sure you perhaps understood that we could run through the streets of Edinburgh with a bloody stump and no one cares.
Even less than usual.
Even less than usual. But also at the same time, going with the joy, we thought we'd experiment with some of the melancholy too. Beatrice's idea, using another aspect of the humours found in that water. The vial's the bile, you see. But the blood's a reflection. She's got this uncanny ability to make herself look like other people.
Oh, I may have seen her one other time.
I see. It's fascinating, isn't it?
It is. She may not be thrilled to see me.
I see. Did you do this to her?
Kind of that, imagine that, but all, yeah. Listen, Elias. You know. We both know. What the empty joy feels like. And we know what the real joy feels like, and I've been looking for it. For a very long time. And I know that last time I found it, it was with you. So what are we doing?
Well, we have a choice. I have been keeping some of these secrets to myself. The Lord only knows so much. But I've been sending things out. Have you felt the city hum? I'm sure you have.
Of course.
That hum comes from below your feet.
I've
been sending the last of the experiment down there to see what exactly would come from it, and they're a very resourceful bunch. They're growing. There's a king. Actually, there's multiple of them. I've always been of the opinion no kings, no masters, but when you can mold their mind a little bit.
And what better way to spread melancholy than enacting a monarchy, eh?
A monarchy that reproduces at the rate that it does. So what say, if Beatrice is not quite in a fit condition, perhaps a little bit more vulnerable right now, we could get rid of the old man and take a place instead. Turn the city inside out.
I'd shake your hand if you still had it.
Now, try to be your charming self.
It just comes naturally.
Of course. And we'll head in through the gates towards this large manor house. Knock on the door. It opens with no one opening the door. And you head on inside with Elias. And sat behind a small table, looking worse for wear, is a young woman. Hello, Elias. Why are you with the woman who almost killed me? I'm sorry, dear. We are old friends. Bumped into each other, and I thought I would introduce you, but it seems you already have become acquaintances this evening. Isn't that right?
Yes, I can only apologize. It was a very confusing evening. I'm sure you understand.
Well, I'm still here, aren't I? And if the doctor vouches for you, then then sure. What are your friends?
Not so much friends. Convenient contacts who stopped being quite so convenient.
Are they gone? Are they still around? Might they be coming here?
They're around. I don't know how they would know to come here.
Good, excellent. Elias, my father is upstairs. He's returned from a trip. Oh, excellent. Mhairi, I should introduce you to the Lord of the House.
Absolutely.
Beatrice, is there anything I can get for you? No, I just need a good night's sleep. I'll be good as new tomorrow evening. Okay then. Lovely to see you again. Lovely to be introduced. Mhairi.
Likewise.
Elias will lead you up the stairs as the others arrive at the gates to this house.
Are we absolutely fucking crazy?
I mean, I think so. Why?
This is one of the biggest families in the city. What are we doing?
Well, I thought we were going after her. She took something that doesn't belong to her. So we should try and get that back.
At this point, Ezra, you will see standing on top of a pillar a familiar looking small creature watching.
I told you I'd be back.
Just to be clear, it's the Rat King, right?
Very specifically not the Rat King.
The
This is the exiled heir.
Mhm.
He's the prince.
The Prince of the Rats.
Your Highness, I believe we have business.
I've been looking everywhere for you.
I've been busy.
I can see that. You know that man had kids, right?
We all come from somewhere.
Indeed. You smell like shit.
I smell like your father's house. He,
Been there.
well, he invited me. I didn't quite accept the invitation at the time.
Good. Best not to.
Why?
Like I told
Sounded
your
like a
friend.
fine party.
Yes, it's a party indeed, but like I told your friend, don't go there. The party to end all parties. The people down there are sick.
That sounds incredible.
The whole city's sick.
Not like there. Something's been fed to them. And talking about rising up. Taking back the streets. Which I always felt like was a noble cause, but upon seeing what it's actually like up here, I'm not so sure.
I pull out one of the 2 vials that we have. Are there any kind of dregs left in the bottom?
Yeah, there would be.
I say. Anything like this?
The rat recoils a little.
No, don't. Get rid of that.
So you've seen this?
I've seen plenty of it for a lifetime.
This
It
is...
ruined my kingdom.
Well, it appears to be ruining our
It's also a kingdom.
kingdom.
And that's why you're here?
Indeed. Partly.
A little bit more personal vendetta at the moment.
I see. Then can I help?
We're trying to get in or get people out. I don't know how you could help with that.
Well, I can get in. It's one thing I'm good at.
There is something inside that building. And potentially bringing that something out of the building might also bring someone or someones out of the building. You seem like a strong rodent. You could carry a stone, maybe yay big.
Okay, a stone. Okay, great. I don't talk in riddles. I was not quite sure what you meant. You want me to go in and steal a stone?
A very particular stone,
Right.
carved into the shape of a beetle.
Okay.
There are people in there. An old friend of ours and a real bastard of an archaeologist. A grave robber.
Who recently lost a hand. Be easy to find.
There's a lot of information to take in. So you would like me to steal a stone, nothing else? I'm stealing a stone.
You'll have to bear with us. We're working on a plan as we go along. And I turn to the others.
I mean, if you manage to bring the stone out to us, then they'll probably follow. And that would give an opportunity. There would be a distraction. And maybe we could use that to find out more about what they're doing.
With those words, it's a distraction. And thinking about what you all know that Mhairi has talked about in the past around fires and what they serve a function as, you seem like you might be along the right lines.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have... Stop me if this is an offensive term, but you've got little hands, don't you? You could use a match.
Am I a thief or a fire raiser? Which is it?
I mean, little from column A, little from column B.
And you just stand out here in the street?
When the people inside are driven out, we will be able to confront them and understand and put an end to the plague that is being inflicted upon your people and ours.
And all of these vials and everything they hold in them, they've got to store them somewhere. If we burn the place down, then that probably burns too.
Just quick question, do we know it's coming from here?
Educated guess based on all the things
We
coming
know
together.
it's coming from somewhere in this neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to bet.
Rami, I just need to clarify an aspect of your plan. It's to light their house on fire, and when they come running out of the house because it's on fire, we stand out there and we say, what? Ha! We lit your house on fire because you have something we want?
In my ideal version of this thing that's coming together piecemeal is our small friend here goes in, finds the scarab, brings it out, on the way out, starts a fire. As they come out, and then I glance at the gladius, back at you. We improvise.
Or trying to get the stone off of them might be rather difficult if they're holding it in their hands the whole time. So they set the fire and you set the fire and the others come out and we find a way of getting the stone back.
It is easier to pry it
As
from the
ourselves.
gnarled, burned fingers of an old enemy.
So is it, am I going in? Am I setting a fire? I can do that. And you wait here. As always, it's the little guys who do everything.
I mean, I offered, but they wouldn't let me, and you're less likely to get caught.
I like you.
And we'll sneak under the gate, run inside, and as that happens, Mhairi, you're walked into a large room on the top floor, and at a long, very long dining table sits this elderly vampire next to a woman who you very much recognize. And then on the other side of the table, a middle-aged man who you also recognize. Top hat, dusty waistcoat. And Antonia will look at you and be like, Mhairi? Why are you here?
We've been all over the city looking for you, sweetheart.
Have you seen my Ezra?
Oh, I've seen him.
Is he okay?
He cut a wine glass in half with a sword.
He does that. You'll hear an elderly voice say, "Come, sit." Elias, who is this? Oh, this is an old friend, Mhairi. We've known each other for quite some time, but haven't seen each other in quite some time. And how goes works on the loch? Up until about 30 minutes ago, pretty well. It was draining quite nicely, taking the evening off to pick up on it again tomorrow, until her husband showed up. Antonia will look panicked. What did
We were looking for a grave digger,
guilty?
and we thought your pal.
Guilty
She
as
glances
charged.
over. Yeah, well, we ran into the other one.
Oh,
Wait, that happened after.
Well, Burke at this point will stand up. Well, I'll be off. Thank you for the payment. Shakes the hand of the old man, and I hope this is what you were looking for. And at this point, the elderly man will be like, "I can smell the melancholy. It's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you very much." Burke will leave. And in this moment, the other three will see Burke leave the building. Back in the room. Wow. Things are going well, it seems, in Elias. A job well done. My Beatrice is in a little bit of a state, wouldn't you say? Nothing a good night's sleep won't solve, sir. Why am I here? Why can I please? Where is Ezra? Mhairi, what have you done with him?
Nothing a good night's sleep won't solve.
Out in the corridor, sparks fly and flames catch. There's a small rat. Starts a fire. And as the rest of them watch William Burke walk out of this building, out of a window starts to be smoke. You all see this gravedigger.
I tap Ezra on the arm.
Step out of the shadows and tip the cap.
He will look directly at you. Eyes wide. Stands dead still.
I'm so sorry I wasn't home to be a good host along with my wife.
Yes, I came to drop off a gift, but I'm sorry, I left it there.
In there?
No, I left it with your wife.
Where is she?
I left her at home. Have you not seen her?
Liar. Step forward and grab the front of the shirt. Liar.
He will begin to cry. This is a mortal man. Please.
Where
Please.
is she?
She's in there. The flames grow bigger. The smoke billows more. Please just let me go. I'm just doing a job. They paid me to do it. I just had to bring someone sad.
For what purpose?
To build the reflection. call it the melancholy.
I will sort of like move him out of the way. Do either of you want this?
You want... But... What's the plan?
If there's a moment, he just runs.
Mm-hmm. I let him run, yeah. Well, either we go in or we pick up the pieces.
With that, you just there.
Well, I did it. That's a bona fide fire right there.
Nicely done. Should we cover the front and back entrances?
Yes. No, we should stay together.
Then, what? We go in?
In the chaos? I guess so.
I thought the point was to bring them out.
If I just wasted a really good fire.
They'll be in disarray. They will be unprepared.
Very, you begin to smell smoke.
Is your daughter a pyromaniac?
I beg your pardon? Wait.
Your house is on
It
fire.
is shit. And we'll, like, this is a frail man, even for a vampire. He is elderly and unable to move quickly. The doctor will be like, what is going on? What's happening?
Well, I did say he can be very single-minded.
And with that, Antonia will smile. I knew he wouldn't leave me. I knew it had to be him. And is going to attempt to run.
I'm going to grab her wrist. I will let you go. I will help you go. But I have to ask you something first. 2,000 years. And the love remains. How is that so?
Openness. We tell each other everything.
There's more to it than...
No.
Tell me.
Just someone to share a story with. Someone to reminisce with. That's all it is.
Get out of here. Get out.
She runs. Well, why would you do that?
There's no joy here either. Look at you. Fuckers! With your fucking long table and your fucking experiments on rodents. You have no ambition. Your house is on fire and you panic. Like so many little rats. And she slumps back, sits in a chair, and she puts her feet up on the long table.
The fire begins to grow. This elderly man is going to get up to try and come over to you. And is going to attempt to strike you.
You can try.
So, this would be a choice for you in terms of how you would move this forward. If you're going to have a good old-fashioned brawl, get the shit beaten out of you, de-escalate? What would you like to do?
Let's have a good old-fashioned brawl.
Perfect. So roll savagery, please.
6 and 2, and then I get +2, so that's 10.
Yeah, that's going to be a success. As he swipes to try and hit you with a clawed hand, describe for me how you stop him doing that.
One hand leaps up and grabs that wrist in that same vice-like grip that held Antonia, and she twists that arm behind his back and slams him straight down into the table, still seated.
This is a pathetic old man with money and power and nothing much else. As you slam him into the table, he will scream as the doctor was like, "Good, well done, excellent." The old man will look towards the doctor and be like, "Wait, what is going on?" As you gain D3 chaos.
2.
He is not in a good way and kind of incapacitated now. The doctor will be like, "Wow, good. Are we getting rid of him as planned? I can't really read you right now. I'm not sure if you're angry at me too."
Oh, yes. You gave me hope for a minute.
No,
I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed.
Oh, don't do this.
We can get rid of him. Pointless. It's pointless.
And with that, there's a fish tank on the side of the room. And he's going to bring it to the table and just dunk this man's head into it. And silently, Lord Blackthorn is drowned. As the door to this room begins to crackle with flames. And at this point, Antonia comes running out the front of the building.
Immediately run to meet her.
I knew you'd come. What is going on?
I have the same questions. I don't know.
Mhairi is in there?
I don't know. She's in a different place. But the gravedigger said he was sent to find someone who was sad.
Yeah.
Are you...
I don't want to live here anymore, Ezra.
Is it time for us to go?
I think it's time to go. You can feel it, right? That hum beneath the sea.
They've done something here.
I don't think we should stay.
Worked so hard and I'm so hungry.
Let's go feast elsewhere. Anywhere.
Something of Rami's is still in there. The doctor and Mhairi stole something from him. And before we do anything, I have to just say I'm sorry that it got this far.
It happens everywhere else. It's not the first time, right? It won't be the last.
No. We just keep moving.
Keep moving.
Let's get Rami taken care of and then get out of here.
Okay. What do you all do?
It doesn't seem that our targets seem to be leaving. They don't seem to be behaving how we anticipated. So I don't know if the plan changes.
She has a habit of showing up in the morning covered in soot.
A fire won't scare Mhairi.
Echo starts walking in.
In we go.
Echo, you walk in and you see sat kind of snoozing on a chair is Beatrice. She's asleep.
I walk past her and head for whichever room it looked like the flames started in.
Up a staircase and up towards the back, you'll see that there is a door engulfed in flames.
I'm following Echo.
We stick together.
There is a door between you and what you believe to be Mhairi.
I'll sort of try to kick it open because I don't want to put my hands on it because that's gonna hurt.
Go ahead and roll me savagery, please.
Nine.
You kick the door in. There is a blast of flame out from this room. You're able to shield yourself from it. The room and the walls around it still begin to burn. And Mhairi, you obviously will notice that this has happened. And the doctor will say, friends of yours?
Convenient acquaintances that are becoming ever less convenient.
You!
Yes, Mhairi doesn't have friends. She doesn't know how. And I'm going to run towards whichever one of them has the stone.
The doctor does. And does Rami do anything there?
I'm feral. I am ignoring Mhairi, and I am like almost on all fours, kind of pouncing across the table at Brooke.
Okay. If you're both going for him, then you could eat some fucker alive, or a good old-fashioned brawl. But I will allow you to roll with the upper hand to do this together.
Ooh, fun.
Is Mhairi moving to defend him or anything?
Mhairi doesn't move.
What one is which? So if we're eating some fucker alive...
I think it would both be savagery, right?
They'd both be savagery, but you get more chaos from eat some fucker alive.
I'm trying to eat the fucker alive, but...
I'm feral. Yeah.
Great. Who
This
would
is
like
not
to
Is
roll?
it just one of us rolling?
Just one of you.
What's your savagery?
0.
Shit, I've got a +1.
Let's
But
use
it's your
+1.
thing, so if you wanted to roll, you can.
And I'll allow you to do the +1. Just if you want
Okay.
to roll if you want to roll the dice, Khalil, because it's very you.
That is an 11.
So you both are going to take 3 plus D3 chaos.
Jesus. Whoa! That's a 6 chaos for me.
4 for me.
And explain how this man becomes flatlined.
I'll start, and then we can kind of patchwork it together. So the start of this kind of slow-mo sequence, I have vaulted across the table. So hands on the table, vault, almost like a kind of a quadrupedal predator. And it's almost like I get a kind of flash of that sense of that vision when I was communing with Anubis. It's that same feeling, and I I stop seeing like the doctor's suit. I stop seeing the burning room. I just see him in his undead body, and I see my heartstone, my scarab, like almost kind of where it would be where it is in his pocket, wherever it is on his person. And I am like claws extended straight out towards that point.
Echo, anything to add?
I think she's sort of doing the same thing, but she's where is he? Is it in a pocket or is he holding it in his hand?
It's around his neck, so it's like a tune around his neck.
Then I will have sort of come up behind him and like locked an arm, and I'm just sort of like clawing at his neck, and like if it's on a chain, I'm sort of trying to pull the chain from behind to sort of break it off.
And with that, this man is flatlined and unable to resist the exposure of Banes.
I think as Echo yanks the cord or the chain that the amulet is on, it gets pulled. She pulls it out the way, and that's when my claws go into Rook's chest, all the way up to the knuckle.
He falls. You have this scarab.
If I've pulled it off the chain, is it in my... If I've pulled it off of his neck, is it in my hand?
I would say you have it.
And I think she just freezes holding it for a second, realizing that she's once again in the position where she can give someone something and make them happy and lose them forever, or take it and run.
Echo.
And she holds her hand forward and places it in his hands.
Everything stops, Rami.
I'm weeping.
You'll just see he stood behind Echo once again. Well, about fucking time. The gate's open. Come on. Do we come? Let's go.
Just a couple of minutes.
Are you kidding me?
I have to say goodbye. There are things still left undone here.
I don't know if you really want to come through here, do you?
I do. This place... It's under my skin. These people are under my skin. I've thought about this moment for so long. Ever since I woke up. Is Sekhmet there? You meet everyone going through. You must know.
He's here. He's happy.
And in this frozen moment, look around this burning room with these people that we've gone through so much together and have experienced so much pain and hardship together. I can't step through the door.
Well, you made your choice. He disappears, and the scarab snaps.
And I collapse on all fours, crying into the two broken halves of my heart.
Ezra, you have watched this happen as your two companions have flatlined this old archaeologist. Mhairi has done nothing. What are you doing?
I turn to Mhairi. You happy with your work?
I sent her out to you. Why are you here?
Why do you have to hurt people like this?
I sent her out to you, and instead of embracing her and telling her stories, you stand here speaking to me.
We shared a moment. But I also have responsibilities and commitments to others. Which you seem to be so willing to throw away.
Here I am.
Is this man important to you?
He was, is, will be.
Us? I'm holding a bag. Us?
Were. Maybe once again.
I hand the bag of holly to you, and I say, your choice.
Take them out of here.
Let's go.
Does everyone leave with Ezra? Or Echo and Rami leave?
When Rami fell to the floor, Echo will have fallen to the floor next to him. So she's going to follow whatever he does.
I think Ezra's going to need to provide some kind of stimulus for me to get up. My universe has shrunk down to 2 wet pieces of stone.
Ezra
Echo's
is
asking
strong.
what happened.
Ezra is strong and comes and, under the armpit, lifts Rami and sheaths and Echo if need be, and turns to Mhairi as they exit and say, there was always a place at my dinner table for trusted friends. You'll be able to find me if you want. And leaves.
And as you're leaving the room, Echo, walking past this fish tank with a glass reflection, if you look at it, we'll see a face look back at you that just says, you were only ever beautiful when I was looking. The glass cracks and the reflection fades.
As we're walking through the burning house, out down the sweeping wooden stairs and out through the central hall. I'm just... I couldn't go. I couldn't go. After all this time, I was too connected to here.
Ezra sort of grips your shoulder and says, it's enticing. There's so much to live for, isn't the right word. And as we walk out, I think Antonia is probably still there at the entrance gate.
We'll run and embrace you.
Antonia, I think we are gonna have a couple of these lost souls with us for a little while.
Whatever we need.
Let's go.
Inside the building, as the flames continue to go, how does Mhairi end this situation?
She looks at the holly in her hands. And she looks at Elias. And she sighs. And she throws him over one shoulder. Drops him down by the doorway of the house. Walks over to where Beatrice lies sleeping. Shoves a handful of the holly into her mouth. And then goes back up to the room with the long table. Puts her feet back up on it. And just feels those flames and tries to remember what it felt like. What it felt like when the joy wasn't empty.
As the flames engulf this house, you find yourself sat surrounded by ashes. A small dog says, "I'll always wait, you know. I'm good at that."
I found a bakery.
Oh?
They always feed the leftover buns to the strays.
How did I not know about this one? Can you take me there?
Yeah, just give me a minute.
All we have is time.
Will you tell me a story?
I can tell you so many stories. There was this one man who was a shepherd called John. And he will continue to tell you this story as you wander the streets in the direction of this bakery. And I would like, as we draw our story to a close, for our three other characters to tell me, where do you go? Do you leave? Do you stay for a little bit? What is the plan?
I think Antonia and Ezra are practiced at leaving, even though Ezra feels his work isn't done and goes home and brings the two of them along with, if they're still walking with him and with Antonia. And they just start taking those essential items and packing up their house and making ready to disappear and find another life somewhere else.
I think Rami has, having realized or been forced to realize that the only reason that he is still here is the connections that bind him here. I think that's the one thing that he has to hold on to, has the one straw he can grasp at, now that what had been his entire meaning of existence is now closed to him. So he will go where Ezra and Echo go.
And as Echo's packing up all of her things, and she realizes that she might have found people that genuinely care about her now. And it's not in the way that she thought she would find someone. And she opens the drawer and pulls out a flower and goes to find Rami and says, "Would you like to do a burial for the things we thought we needed that almost made us lose sight of what we have?"
There's always time to put things to rest.
And she'll lead them to one of her favourite places to walk near where she lives, in a park somewhere. And they'll dig a hole and place the stones in, the two halves, and cover it over and mark it with a flower.
The last thing that Ezra will do in the house is he'll write a note in an ancient script that he's pretty sure Mhairi reads. And it just says, "If you send a note to this post box in Paris, I will get it eventually." And pins it by the windowsill where she would come into the house.
And as you all leave and move on to the next place, watching as you do so, small rat. They were interesting. It's a story to tell. What a city this is. Back to the underground.